I was thinking about when I took a class from you in Princeton Art Association. I think it was 1969, and I heard from somebody else, it was Meg Switzgable, who was in our class, that there was this fabulous young artist who was teaching there. So we decided to take classes, and that that's the first time that I had met you. I don't know if you remember, there was two different locations of the on the third
Oh, I
floor.
do remember two different locations. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. It was not as grand as teaching at the Chicago Art Institute.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was there were some very interested people, and excuse me, you better. This thing is collapsing into the
I
hole in
think
the
we're
bricks.
Should we move?
No, just a question of moving this onto a brick. There. We will.
Okay. Take two.
We don't have to take two. Hold on just a second. Hold on. So you said not quite as grand as Chicago, but
Well, I meant that facetiously, obviously, but it was just as gratifying, I would say, to teach at the Princeton Art Association because I had a little more personal investment in each student and than in teaching in one of the huge institutions. And it was this very same challenge of trying to pass the word along to and what I believed and the way I thought the world of art should be taught, and pointing out the interesting and exciting elements of it. And so it was the same kind of teaching. Go ahead and laugh.
That's one thing that you're really funny, and you were really funny then, and I just remember that.
Well, I'm
about
glad
you.
that I was funny then.
But I remember taking classes when the Art Association moved, and it was somewhere on Witherspoon Street. Do you remember that place? I think it was downstairs.
Yes,
and
it was.
I remember taking classes, evening classes. It was
Yeah.
figure drawing classes, and coincidentally, my mom was the secretary of the Republican Club, and it was in the next room.
Really?
So she used to try to make me go and fold papers, and I didn't want to do it.
Oh, that's
so,
funny.
yeah, just an unrelated aside, but
But at any rate, the one good thing was that with a smaller number of students than I was teaching in some of the institutions, I gave more individual attention. And Natalie was a youngster, 13 years old, and it was exciting to see her make progress because when someone is young and they learn something and grasp it, it's if not startling, then at the very least gratifying to see a young person grasp something and then start flying with it, and she very much did that.
well, I do remember that after I had studied with you in high school and left Princeton High School, I went to, it's now called California College of the Arts, and I was roommates with Diane Burke, who was from our high school. But after a year there, and it was all conceptual art, I went to one sculpture class, and they said, we just want you to find whatever you can on the beach and weld it together. And I left that class and I made the decision to call you. So I called you up and said, Nelson, can I come and study with you? So I left, that was I guess 1973 or 4 maybe?
Mm-hmm.
It was after we graduated. So I guess it was May of 1974, and you said yes, and I arrived, I think I left school and came and moved in with your family like 2 weeks later, and things stayed for a year and a half. So it was that was how I knew where to seek out classical training, which most people back then didn't, because they had nothing like that at my school. And
Sometimes a bad experience or a sort of a void experience makes you appreciate a better one all the more. So it can be a strange device for incentive, if you want to look at it positively.
right.
The fact of the matter is, unfortunately, that given generations now that have exponentially become less competent, and the logic of that is that there's a wild and refuting movement against realism and that kind of thing that came in with about the time of Picasso, around the time of the 1916 Armory show, that all knowledge was thrown away, basically, and very few people continued that kind of knowledgeable pursuit. But it became more and more, let's say, hybrid, and it lost its direction. And so realism was relegated, unfortunately, to those people that like to copy things with so-called precision, and it became all very boring. And so I can understand why that wouldn't be too exciting for young people. And there are still people that try to teach that way. It's a very invalid way of teaching and working, for that matter. So what I teach is something in between. It's real painting, it's real capability developing, and then it facilitates painting virtually in any way one wants. So rather than a stifling kind of method, this becomes eye-opening with enormous possibilities. And so that's, I think, the reason for so much of the excitement. And also part of the excitement is people actually learning to see. And people think they can see, and they probably can. I see a woman over there wearing pink, and I see a table here and a camera looking at me, but really seeing rather than a glance or looking, it's a very different thing that can only be kind of comprehended when one has studied enough to really comprehend what is there to see. And painting is one of the great exercises to that end. And obviously, learning these things, learning how to see, can facilitate paintings that have something unusual and different, that relate to the real world, but perhaps seeing through an eye that is more educated and knowledgeable and than the average viewer, by all means, and therefore maybe a little profound to look at, and maybe very profound to look at. Just as Turner did things with his sunsets and blazing skies and seas, and that was a revelation at that time. There are many more revelations in the natural world that we just don't comprehend. But if someone comprehends it, sees it, is inspired by it, obviously profound things can happen, and likely will. So that's the explanation for why I teach, because I'm so excited about this whole idea of seeing and of changing the direction of art, which today I believe is basically getting nowhere. It's become a sort of freak show. It's become it's become a lot of cheap things that with very few core and important values represented. And so I think we're about it's exciting too to think that we can make a change, and whether a huge change or a little change, whatever change, we'll make what change we can towards something that's really has validity. And it's wonderful to be able to pass this along. And I have friends now that are stimulated the same way I am. So there's a community of like-minded people that I'm glad we have, and it's growing all the time. Very appealing to people to be awakened, and I'm hoping that we'll get out there and awaken many, many more people with having developed all these disciples. So that's the scheme. In chronological order, then, I guess the next one would be that Mattia Preti. You saw the big one by him in another room. And this one is it's the Baptist admonishing Herod and Herodias, with Salome giving him a very concerning look. And this painting has been around the world a bit. It's been in Naples and Rome for a major autograph show of this artist. It's been hanging at the Philadelphia Museum of Art on loan. It's a major show of Mattia Preti's work that's in America.
Alina.
Oh.
Alina.
Yes.
Did you met Nelson, yes?
Just count.
Okay, all right.
Outside,
Yeah. You can't do it for about a week or two, but I'm anxious to do that.
Great idea.
Yeah. How are you?
Good.
Are these books key?
Yeah, well, they happen to be in every one of the justices' libraries, and even on law shows on TV, I see these books.
That's been the trouble. I don't know. That's been the trouble is that I've been holding even. Hi, Brad.
So
This is sort of finalizing right now. I mean, just stuff you're doing right here.
no, they're here because I don't know where else to put them for now. Sort of, the balcony's full of paintings from Russia that still are packed
In their boxes.
in their boxes.
Sorry.
It looks like a landscape. It's so beautiful. Little trees and little ponds. Color.
You know what? I'll be in just a minute. I'm gonna scrape this off, and I'll be inside in 2 minutes. No, just the working part. Yeah. Thank you so much. Oh, you're quite welcome. Just make yourself